Good evening and welcome to Lights on LA. Tonight's episode I would like to dedicate to a young lady who passed away unfortunately at a very young age. And I have the fortunate to interview a woman who I could say is not only a super mom, an advocate, someone who is very dedicated to have a mission that we will listen. And I'm sure that all of us are aware of a young lady by the name of Nataline Sarkisyan. And today I'm very fortunate to have with me her mom, Hilda Sarkisyan. And I want to say thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You are an amazing individual. Not many moms could do what you do. And I'm sure every day that we're here, I'm sure it's very difficult for you. For those of us that don't know, I would like to ask you to talk a little bit about your daughter.
Sure. Again, thank you for having me. Nataline was an amazing girl, amazing angel for me. She was very much involved with the Armenian Youth Federation. She was a Helmenit Menagan. She danced on stage for 8 years with Ara and Lilia at that time. She was very active. She was very dedicated to Armenian culture.
And beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I always wanted to have a blue-eyed girl, a baby, blue-eyed baby. And then God gave me. Unfortunately, I didn't enjoy her too much. But yeah, I had an incredible young girl. But now I know where she is. She's in heaven.
Well, she is also a part of you, because I am sure that every day that you live, she has given you that strength. And also the willpower to move on, and also a mission that I'm sure that all of us want to hear. And as a parent, I'm sure your husband and your son are also involved with the Nataline Foundation, Sarkisyan Foundation, which is an organization that's a nonprofit that I would like you to talk about.
Sure.
First and most importantly, let's talk about Nataline and how this all started and why and what is your purpose of having the foundation.
Sure. My daughter Nataline was diagnosed with leukemia when she was 14. And after rounds of chemotherapy, going to remission, maintenance, remission, getting all these different testing, spinal tabs, and going from hospital to hospital. Finally, she was cured for limited period of time. When she turned 17, her leukemia came back. So we had to take it in a different level and to see what we can do to save her life. So at that point, we were asked to do a bone marrow transplant. That was the only hope that she could continue her life.
Which I know that your son...
My son was a perfect match. Perfect match. When you look at the chart, all the numbers lined up. It was incredible. The feeling was incredible. When I picked up the call and I called my son and I said, "You're a perfect match," he goes, "Anything I could do to save her life." So he did go under surgery for her. And it's not an easy surgery, but it's doable, and he did it. But unfortunately, the hospital, UCLA, that's where we were at that time, they gave her too much radiation, too much chemotherapy that killed her liver. And now it's a different story. We need a bone marrow transplant was done, the numbers were going high, and all of a sudden her liver, we needed a new liver. So there was a match. There was a liver available, but with the insurance industry now, a lot of individuals don't know what insurance companies are capable to do. Unless you go through the process of anything that happens to you. You can go to the hospital with a headache. That's how she started. She had massive headaches. So, and bruising, and you don't know what you're going to lead, what's going to lead
into.
Exactly. So when you're working with the insurance industry, they're really tough to work with, and they're always denying. So in our case, they kept on denying Nataline's care. And as a mom, it was very hard for me. As a family, it was hard for us. Our community, it was hard for us. So we couldn't take no for an answer. So
I know you did a lot of protests in Glendale,
we
and
did.
I know that it was it was very difficult, I'm sure, for you.
It was, but I had to do it. My daughter I should have been in the hospital next to her, holding her hand and talking to her and telling her everything is going to be fine. Instead, I had to go out there and fight, put my fighting gloves on and go out there and show the world that the insurance company messed with the wrong mother. They messed with the wrong family. And it's unacceptable. So they did get away with murder. They did. We had Cigna at that time. And there's so many...
This was through your husband, I believe.
Through my husband's employer. But again, it's not only Cigna. It could be any other insurance company. So me leaving my daughter in the hospital with a family, with the community, going out with the California Nurses Association, they played a big role. They really did. They're our backbone. They're my family. They really are. And we went out there when Cigna saw the chaos. They saw the media, the coverage, their stocks going down. Me talking to you right now, I'm having chills because I'm seeing it in front of me. I'll never forget this. And when they saw this, they reversed their decision. But why couldn't you do it ahead of time when my daughter was strong enough to be able to accept that liver so she could live, give her a chance to live?
What was the reason for the denial in the first place?
They thought it was experimental. I mean, who are they? It's a person behind a counter that all she has is, or he has, a stamp that says denied on there. And that's their job. They have to deny you. First time, second time, but they don't know how critical that person is behind that curtain, behind that bed, what's going on with that girl, with that innocent child, and behind that screen that needs her help or their help. And they delayed. They didn't. Not only they delayed it, they denied it. They did not want to communicate with us. We called them to give them, they wanted credit card, they don't want cash, they want credit card, deposits. And when you pick up the phone to call them, leave messages, they don't respond to you right away. You have to go through channels, like you could die and they don't care, because that's another profit for them.
It wasn't their main attention.
No, it's exactly, they don't care. They don't care about human beings. That's what it is. It's denial for profit, and they give bonuses to their employees.
Oh, really?
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's
extremely sad.
That's another story I can tell you, that I witnessed that as a mom. And when I told that individual, I'm Nataline Sarkisyan's mom, she just broke in tears in front of me, because she's a person that denies care, and that's her job. And by the end of the day, she makes bonuses, she makes money.
I'm surprised how she could,
sleep at night.
Knowing that she just denied coverage.
Yep.
So after all that media, and I know that there was massive media.
Yes, there was.
They finally accepted it.
They came, our attorney at that time, she came and whispered in my ear that she said, they approved us. So I was so excited, I was happy, I was seeing all my family members, friends, and they were crying, and I'm thinking, you better be strong, we're in front of media, why are these people crying? But little that I knew that I was rushed to the hospital because my daughter is going to pass away that same day. I didn't know that. Media followed me, and I'm saying, okay, you guys, you need to leave because my daughter's going to get her liver. We got acceptance. But they were just looking at me like, okay, she doesn't know. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But all I know is I'm focusing on my daughter right now. Everything is behind me.
Right.
And unfortunately, my husband came and gave me the news that she passed away. And it's unacceptable. I will not accept this. I don't want to see any other mom go through what I'm going through.
And that is the whole reason that you actually started the foundation.
We started, exactly. It was a family decision because we want to keep her legacy. She left us with so many memories that I could tell you that a 70-year-old would not have that mission that she had. The stuff that she did at 17. She lived her life. That was her life. That was given to her by our Lord, our God, But I have accepted it. As a family, we've accepted it where she is. But right now, that doesn't mean I accepted what they did to us, that it's going to happen, the same thing's going to happen to other families. It's not going to, no, I would not allow that.
Well, you have toured all over.
I have.
You were on the campaign. You are on YouTube. You were on numerous television shows that have been interviewed. I give you a lot of credit because
Thank you.
it truly takes a lot for a mother, a family, for all of you to just drop and attend all these things, and because you're actually doing this for every other person that has a child, and you don't want them to be in the same shoes and
Exactly.
feel what you feel.
Exactly.
And I'm sure that regardless of how I feel right now, and it's a really hard show to be on right now with you, having two kids of my own, I cannot imagine what you're going through. And I know that Nataline is in you, that has given you the strength.
She has.
I've been to two of your fundraisers. And the last one that I've been to was the most impressive to me because it was her designs. And I want you to talk a little bit about her fashion show, the fashion show that you just had at
Sure.
the Mercedes dealership.
Yes, sure. When she passed away, we decided we want to form a nonprofit foundation to go back to the foundation and make it legit, legal for people to come together, join us. And one of the reasons I say our cause is your cause is because whatever happened to me, it's going to happen to them, and it's going to happen every day, and it's happening right now.
It can happen to anybody.
Exactly. And nobody could say it's not going to happen to me. It will happen. It is going to happen.
Having an awareness is wonderful.
Yeah.
Knowledge is wonderful.
Yes. Yeah.
And we can't have enough of that.
No, exactly. So we decided to go form a nonprofit foundation and host events. One of the reasons that we're hosting this event, okay, it leads to a bigger issues though, which I'll get to soon. Nataline left me with 22 sketches in her room. She had an amazing sketchbook that we found it after she passed away with her signature. And she sketched each and every one because she was going to go to fashion school, design school.
Okay.
And unfortunately, she couldn't make it. So those designs, every year, we pick one. And Paula, too, of Beverly Hills, he brings that design, that sketch, to life. And we have a young girl, her name is Talia. She wears that. So she's growing with us. Our foundation is growing. We're bringing more awareness. People are knowing more about us and what our mission is. And the reason I say our cause is your cause, because I do need everyone to come together, because again, whatever happened to us, it could happen to them. Our Nataline story is totally, it could be different than others, but the bottom line is the denial is right there. The denial, and then they want you to die, because if you die, it's profit for their pocket. Their stocks go up. Their CEO makes a lot of money. There's a lot of things that happens that I'm learning, and it was a crash course for me as a mom.